What's up, guys? Cody today with an Urgot top game. So, Urgot, not a really good champion, to say the least bit, and yeah, he sucks. However, though, however, if you're good enough, you can play him down low. You can play him down against bad people, and have a hell of a fun time with it. Um, so just so we know, I'm up against Yasuo, and they have an Aatrox jungle on their team this game. Those two were playing with the previous game before me, so they knew how strong my Urgot was. Which is quite funny because I don't play Urgot. I'm just a good player. So Yasuo's gonna have a really good idea of how to play against me, which is gonna be not the best of things. But the other game was not all that fun in my opinion. But as you can see right here, Yasuo misunderstands exactly how much damage output I have and just gets crushed. And well, he almost dies. Fortunately for him, I start to run out of mana, and I already have a feeling that I'm going to get camped because I'm being a lane bully, and the Aatrox knows that I will get out of control if if I'm not kept in check. One thing though is that I do run out of mana, and that causes me to just lose any ability to do anything, and I'm forced to have to sit back and farm. So while I'm farming, talk about Urgot. So Urgot, not a good champ. Don't recommend him in ranked play unless you're a beast on him. He's just more of like a lane bully than anything else. He just pokes the enemy down, and he's just a big annoyance. He's really good with gank. He's really good if the jungler comes and ganks for him, because of his ultimate. And yeah, I've been taking Deathfire on him, just for the extra poke. But you can also take Thunderlords on him as a secondary option because when you E, you can typically get 2 Qs off. However, though, he's not good. Don't play him. Because he's heavily reliant on getting his E down and queuing the enemy, and as the enemy knows how to play against that, then, well, there's nothing to really worry about. Yeah, they've been buffing Urgot for a while now. They made it so that okay, I'll talk about it later. So I ult here in the attempt to make sure Shyvana's coming up. I ulted to make sure Yasuo couldn't kill her if he had a ward. I flashed there thinking he was gonna ult onto me. He's gonna set the Q onto me and ult. He doesn't though, and instead he goes for my jungler, and yeah, that doesn't work out. So about the buffs that they've made to Urgot, really the only impactful one is the increase to armor and MR, and the fear aspect. The fear aspect is really good on Urgot, because you can go into the enemy team and just fear them all, which is really good. But one of the things I was finding on Urgot was that there's like no set item path for you. The main items I've been building on him have been really the only 2 main items I've been building on him is Manamune and Dust Darts for some Mimic Lifesteal. Aside from that, it's kind of up in the air as to what I've been building. I've built Maw against AP champions. I've built. I sometimes will just go for 20% cooldown, or not 20, 40% cooldown reduction in my build, no matter what it takes. So a lot of time, quite often, I will build a Frozen Heart because it gives me mana and cooldowns and armor. I do believe I build one this game. And yeah, the Urgot doesn't really deal all that much damage. There's a gank coming in. Okay, so then, this time around, my team, we kind of have an idea of what to do. I'm saving my ult this time. Yasuo decides to walk back towards me, and as a result, he's pretty much gonna die here. As you can see, he's doing no damage to me, which is one of the best aspects about Urgot. The fact that he can 1v1 anybody pretty much. Yasuo, it's kind of difficult. Like, he needs mana to do it. But he can 1v1 anyone as long as he gets a hit on them. Because his passive is they do 15% less damage. So yeah. So this game, boots kind of depends for Urgot. A lot of times I get Merc Treads for the tenacity. However, this game, since it's a Yasuo, I'm getting Ninja Tabby. Just because I need something to help me protect me against Yasuo. And this Yasuo is doing a really good job of of blocking my Qs with his wind wall. But as you see, he just ulted me, thinking that he could take me. He only dealt half my health because of my passive. And this is where this is gonna just, I'm starting to get to the point where I'm starting to get a little bit scary now. Because if Yasuo can't kill me with his ultimate that easily, then Yasuo can't really do much anything. So he's starting to, I think, like, I know in my mind, like, okay, I'm getting to the point where I'm gonna be able to just start dealing out damage and not being able to do anything, and them not being able to do anything about it. Yeah, so this is going quite well, and Urgot games are not supposed to go good at all for Urgot, but quite lately, actually, Urgot has, he's been doing okay on win rate. I think he's about like a 50% win rate, partially because nobody plays him, and the only people that play him are the people that know what they're doing. So I got a nice gank. I ult Yasuo to make sure he's farther back, so that way he can't escape, so that way he has trouble escaping. We're gonna screw up this here. There's too many people here, and there's not a lot we can do about it. But I see Yasuo there, and so I'm like, ooh, let me go get Yasuo real quick. And the one doesn't die from Rift Herald, unfortunately. I don't quite know what happened, but she didn't die, and that leaves me 1-1, which not bad for Urgot, So I'm decently happy with what's going on right now. I'm in Urgot. In Urgot. Most of you understand that just being Urgot alone is a death sentence for most people, but not for me, because I know what I'm doing. Like I said, Yasuo, though, can really duel me really well. Although, he's going for the Triforce build, Static Shift Triforce. So, going to decrease his damage output. And also, Yasuo should really be going for a Phantom Dancer in this situation, so that way he can actually 1v1 me. But instead, he's not really going to get anything done with that. So, Yasuo TPs to mid. I'm trying to push this out. Instead, though, what's going to happen is I'm going to come into here. So, kind of force them off. Unfortunately, I don't quite understand what's going on with Urgot's ult, but you can pretty much anyone can cancel it. Unfortunately, which is something I don't quite get. However, you know, we almost had him. I'll get some good alt plays in here. Cannot remember my buttons right now. Nope, that's not it. Okay, I can't remember the button to change the setup how I want it. But nope. But so they're gonna try and fight me here. Fight us here. They're not really gonna get anything, and even if they tried to, it wouldn't really do any good for them. Okay, so Shyvana goes in there, gets kind of blown up immediately. We get the support, and Aatrox goes in, and which is pretty dumb on his part because he's gonna get blown up pretty fast. His passive gets burned, and he dies. So dumb on their part. Yeah, we have a gold advantage. They have a kill. They have a advantage in gold. However, we're getting towers now, so we're becoming a pretty big threat. And as you can see, I'm 2-1 now. You know, I'm not the 7-4 Ezreal, but hell, I am doing good for Urgot right now. Although I'm too far up there, forces me to lose a lot of health, and I have to back. So now I'm starting to build towards Death's Dance at this point. Like I said, I need you. It helps you if you're fighting. So yeah. One thing I don't like about Urgot is that he doesn't really clear waves all that well. Which I mean, you gotta have some trade-offs. But okay, this is great. Okay, so Yasuo comes in and he's gonna try and fight me. Look at how much health he has. He's got about 80 health, and he's gonna try and fight me. 1Q did about 20% of his health. Okay, he is on me. You cannot escape an Urgot once you start fighting him. Okay, I ult, get some damage reduction. I throw down my W, so that way his ult does pretty much very little damage. And one of the great parts about Urgot's W is that it causes all of his auto attacks to slow. So yeah, once he has that W up, you're kind of screwed because then he's gonna chase you down forever. And then add on to that, I just kind of killed him. He ulted me, and it's just like, okay, dude, I have damage because he can't deal that much damage to me. He's dealing 15% less damage, and he literally can't do anything. So this is great. This is great. So I see Aatrox and Leona, dodge to the Leona, dodge to the Leona E, dodge the Aatrox Q. I'm just like, yeah, I got out. And they're gonna keep chasing me. They're gonna keep chasing me. And my ult, oh, I mean, they kill me. And it's gonna end up being a 2 for 2. Barely though. Because they kept chasing me, they died. So I just find it really funny right now. I'm 3-2 and 5. 3-2 and 5. You got the mid lane Ezreal, who's 9 and 6. He's kind of doing all the damage right now. Callista's 5 and 2. Trust me, Urgot shines because I mean, like I said, the Yasuo and the Aatrox knew what was in store for them because they played the game before in which I dominated and went like 10 and 3. I got first blood, and it was a bloodbath for me. So right now they're all mid, and I'm trying to figure out what I'm supposed to be doing here, because I can ult in, except the issue is if I ult in, then I'm gonna just get blown up, which is one of the issues with Urgot. Is that you got to be careful because you can't just jump in, and because you might just die. So you gotta be really careful with that. You gotta be strategic with your ults. Normally I use it near the end of the fights to try to catch them back, to try to catch people. My Deathfire kills Aatrox, which is really nice. I ult TF to force him to flash. That's kind of the purpose of his ults, is to kind of just force they're gonna flash to get right back to where they were, in which case they're not really going anywhere, in which case they just used a flash, and then as you could see, TF just got destroyed, and then we aced them. So like I said, 6-2 and 7 now. my time has come. I am unstoppable right now. You cannot 1v1 me, and they are afraid of me. Especially that Aatrox and Yasuo, because they knew the amount of power I had. So the enemy is scared of me, scared of the worthless Urgot. Right now I'm kind of at a standstill as to what I should be building. Yasuo's gonna die here. I burn Aatrox as a passive. I'm gonna get a kill onto the Lucian, and unfortunately I die. But I took down 2 people with me, so they do get an ace though. So yeah, a little bit unfortunate there. But okay, so I'm at a point on Urgot, where, like I said, there's only so many items that I know to build on Urgot. I can build a Black Cleaver on Urgot, but as you can see, they don't really have any armor, which is seriously hurting them. TF ult away. Total respect for me, even though I could have ulted him and kept him there. I decided I didn't know if I could actually quite take him, and I decided I let him go. He ulted. It's one less thing he has to use, which he's not really that good of a TF, to be honest. But so I'm at a point on Urgot where I don't really know what to build. I'm gonna build Spirit Visage, so I'm gonna be tanky. But the main reason I'm building Spirit Visage is because I want the final 10% cooldown reduction. I'm gonna chase down Leona. Leona throws up her W, so that means I know there's somebody coming to help her, so I back off, because I do not want to be caught out in a 2v1. Urgot does not excel in fights by himself. If it's a 1v1, he's fine. If it's a 2v2 or a 1v2, he struggles completely. As you can see, I'm trying everything to do to get away from here, and they burn 3 ultimates on me to get me. Yasuo's doesn't quite really matter, because I feel like that thing's always up. Leona's actually is almost up too. Aatrox is not though. So once I get max cooldown reduction, my ult goes on a 48-second cooldown, which is very, very helpful. Very, very helpful. Plus, I get more Qs, and I can throw out I get more Qs and whatnot, which is really good. But, main thing is his ult. Urgot's ult is super good in fights if you do it on the right person. You can, okay, this is great, okay. So, Aatrox, okay, we burn Aatrox's passive, okay. He Qs over the wall, and I decide, nope! You're going back this way, and Shyvana is gonna clean them up. That's the type of Urgot ults that are great, man. That's the type of good Urgot ults. And a lot of times, I'll ult an assassin or somebody. I'll ult somebody important on the enemy team during a fight to disable them and to potentially displace them. But like I said, I've mentioned this. The issue with Urgot's ult is that it can be easily stopped. When I say easily, I mean easily stopped. Any stun, roots, I don't know if silences do it too, but any of that will stop his ult. And it kind of pisses me off, but it's whatever. But assuming like what you've seen when I ult though, that normally is during to the middle or the end of a fight to help pick up stragglers, and help stop people from escaping, or to at least burn a summoner, which is very good. And I feel like that's the way Urgot's ult should be used. It shouldn't be used for an engage because he's going to get blown up when he goes in there, which is one of the reasons why I think a GA is really nice on Urgot. I'm building towards one in this game, but I'm not going to be able to finish it because the game's going to end before I get it. I ult here because I was trying to stop Yasuo from being able to kill people. As you can see though, I dealt a lot of damage to that TF and Leona. Ezreal came in there and did the last little bit that was needed. They didn't quite kill him though, but right now though, we are doing good. Oh my gosh, it is. I mean, honestly, if you watch my games, my Urgot games are so funny because no one quite knows what to do against him. No one quite knows if they can beat him or not. And if they think they can, because, oh, it's an Urgot. Which I will probably throw out the other 2 games I had on him today, because the first one that I had on the top lane was with this Aatrox and Yasuo. I don't know what Yasuo was. I'm pretty sure he was with the Aatrox. I know the Aatrox was playing Aatrox still. He might have, I don't know what he was doing, but I've been just playing mid or something. He wasn't on Yasuo from what I remember. But what was I saying? But yeah, I might throw that game up because it was really funny. Because I got into, actually no, it's not worth it to throw it up. No, I don't think it's worth it to throw it up. It wasn't. I mean, it was a good game on my part because I was really doing good. I was doing as good as I am this game, except for the fact that it was kind of carrying more than what it is this game. This game we're just steamrolling them, but that's kind of carrying more. But so I was up against an Aurelia, who I ended up couldn't fight once she got a lot of her items. But before she got her items, it was a bloodbath. Kind of. She didn't think she could. She thought I couldn't kill her. It was hilarious. And because she thought that, she tried fighting me at level 1. At level 1, she tried fighting me. And as a result, I got first blood and she died. So, very funny. I out-Lucian here, getting closer to my team. Like I said, those are good ultimates. Those are the ultimates you want on Urgot, but you don't really see, like, unfortunately you don't see that much of Urgot. And it is because that he sucks. I'll be honest, he does suck a lot, but like right here, I'm taking no damage. I'm literally taking no damage. If you can play Urgot, you are really good. Like, not good in the sense that like you're an amazing player. But most Urgots are decently more skilled than the average player because you're playing Urgot. But if you know how to play Urgot, you will do good in your games. Just because the enemy doesn't quite know how to play against them, and you just wreck. So Urgot, maybe my new flavor of the month for April. Kale was last month. Didn't play her all that much though, unfortunately for myself. Although still do quite enjoy her. The reason why I stopped playing her so much was partially because I didn't play that much top lane, actually. I played top lane a lot when I was playing Kale, and all my friends were like, ooh, Cody's doing amazing at Kale. Let's try it out. Let's try it out and see where we get with it. But so now it's going to be... I hope they don't play Urgot because, oh my gosh, that's going to be a disaster for them if they play Urgot. Because playing Kale and playing Urgot are 2 completely different things. They're 2 completely different things. So yeah, I think Urgot's probably going to be my flavor of the month for April. So thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed and like and subscribe if you did. And see you in the next one. Thanks.